What's up, guys? I'm here with my client, Coach Kyle Duerden. Kyle is an amazing participant in Coherent Creators, and he's had a stellar month of August so far. As of filming, it's Tuesday, August 11th in Thailand, where I'm filming this, and in Australia, where Kyle is from. Kyle has had 1.6 million views in the last 30 days on Instagram alone. He's accumulated over 43.5K followers. He started with 6,700 back in March when he started with us, and so far in the month of August, he's made 13.4K Australian. Kyle, I'd love for you to tell the people, the person watching this, talk a little bit about where you were before working with us at Coherent Creators and how we were able to help you achieve all of the milestones I just mentioned.
I guess main thing beforehand, like I'm someone who's been in a bunch of different mentorships over the last 3 years of business, and have done the whole paid follower ads, and that honestly built a lot of the audience that I had. That 6,700 was like
Hmm.
paid follower ads through to DM conversations, through to booking a call, through to trying to sell on the call and all that sort of stuff. Um, and content was obviously a part of that, but I never felt like I was being myself on camera. And I felt like, and everyone goes through that when you're starting content,
Hmm.
like you
Of
become
course.
a fitness coach, online coach, health coach, whatever it is. And you're like, okay, cool. Now, how do I get people? Oh, I got to sit behind a camera and I'm going to make content and talk to stuff. And that can be scary for a lot of people, was for me particularly. And I never
Hmm.
really found my own way of coming across on camera. So that was a real block for me. So when, obviously having those followers, that follower number was like, that's pretty solid. Like, but for me, a lot of it was paid followers who would come through, and
Hmm.
let's try and like get them into call, and like it was just low engagement. I felt like I was lacking all the stuff that I wanted to be like that personal brand. Everyone talks about personal brand,
Hmm.
but I felt like I was just another fitness coach in the world of fitness coaches trying to say, I help you do X in X timeline, book a
Yeah.
call with me and let's help you lose weight. And I
Yeah.
didn't, it never really felt authentic to me. So that was like probably where I was beforehand. And obviously going through a bunch of different, mentorship programs. Sure. Some of them are great. Some of them you pick up skills from
Hmm.
from all of them. But
Hmm.
I never really found, like in terms of like coherent creators specifically, I never really found something that spoke to me in a way that enabled me to then like have those mental unlocks when it came to content, selling, authenticity with selling, funnels, like all the stuff that you need to then build that business. So
Hmm.
that's probably, I'd say, lost. If you can put it out in one word, just sort of felt like lost and inauthentic prior to when came across Coherent Creators.
What drew you into Coherent Creators in the first place?
I'd been chatting with Nick Sweeney for on and off like the last year. I don't know how he found my page. Might have been through like some
Hmm.
Czech Institute stuff, which is where I did
Yeah.
a lot of my holistic study. I think maybe I'd done a collaboration with them and then maybe found my page that way. Not sure. But I was like, oh, cool. This guy, Nick, obviously knows what he's doing. Big breathwork space, but then has that like content knowledge as well because he blew up. And we were just chatting. And then he started talking about his program with Coherent Creators and content and monetizing audience and obviously attracting views and going
Hmm.
viral was a part of that. But then like actually turning that virality into not just like copying other people, but like what's your message and your story coming through that. So that really resonated with me. And then me and Nick just started chatting, and then he just like he sold to me in a way that I would like to sell to other people. He was like quick, like a few voice notes back and forward about the program, dude. Like his little video explains what we do, and I was like, cool, man. This ticks the box of how I want to sell
Hmm.
and attract clients. Let's do it.
Were you
And that's
selling in the
probably how
DMs before working with Coherent Creators or no?
I was selling in. So probably signed up, say March of 2026, December of 2025. Prior, I was doing sales calls and just felt like slimy, hiding prices, wasn't really like enjoying the process of that. Because then
Hmm.
obviously, if you have sales calls in the morning and then a few of the guys on the calls are like, oh, I got to think about it. And then you get bummed out. And then the rest of the day, my, my vibe was just ruined and I just couldn't get into
Hmm.
the work that I wanted to do. So that I didn't enjoy that. And then, um, and then the front half of 2026, prior to joining Coherent Creators, I was just trying to sell through DMs without sales calls. I started to lower my price because I was like, oh, if I'm trying to sell through DMs, I must lower my price. And I wanted to go like big and broad and
And now you've increased prices
help as
twice,
many
huh?
people. Yeah, yeah. And and I wanted to go big and broad and help as many people as possible and build this thing. And you announced that like I created like what I called it was I'm creating like a membership now. And you join the Healthy Man Project, which is what my program is called,
Hmm.
and you joined it as like a membership, and you could come when you want and you could leave when you want, and it was
Hmm.
super affordable. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to build this scalable thing that's just going to be endless for not only people coming through, but like endless in terms of results and helping people. But once again, my content didn't portray that because I felt inauthentic. It wasn't like resonating with people. Mum was the one who was sharing most of my stuff, and it was just like nothing was really clicking. And I was lucky enough to have some side income that was helping me get through that stage. And in my mind, I was like, no, no, no. Everyone always says you just keep trying, and it'll eventually happen. It eventually happened. So I was
Hmm.
like, okay, I'll just keep showing up. I'll just keep showing up. I'll just keep showing up. But it never really like that was like probably 3 months of just doing that, and had just moved to a new city. Was trying to like get it set ourselves up for rentals here. Was trying to like with my wife, and that whole relocation cost money. And I just felt like I was just in this state of stress of not having a financially sustainable business, to the point where I was like, I actually might need to like pick up other work now. And I
Hmm.
was looking at design work and other bits and pieces, which is part of my background, just to pay some bills. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was probably in like prior to joining, I was a bit stressed with stuff. I was like, is this going to work for me? I hadn't unlocked the authenticity that I needed in content, and was not really sure on even how the business model was going to operate. And I just felt lost, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. What was one of is there something, how do I ask this? Working with myself in the office hours calls, because I know that you were able to see a big chunk of improvement just being in the program and being in the community. And part of the reason why we introduced office hours was to help people like yourself who aren't in North American time zones. What were the kind of things that you learned on the calls with me that really helped accelerate your progress towards where you are now?
Biggest thing was the way that my offer was coming across and sort of
Hmm.
being portrayed to obviously
Hmm.
like someone has to look at your offer and be like, I feel myself in that. I
Hmm.
feel like I can get help with that. And copywriting, landing pages, the actual like two-step funnel
Hmm.
that I run with, that wouldn't be where it is now without obviously your help, office hours being inside the program, but like actually getting that like more designated.
Hmm.
I'm going to help you with your offer and your funnel and your landing page. So
Hmm.
that was super valuable. And obviously, like guys that I'm getting guys that are coming into the program paying in full $1,600 just through some Instagram messages, as opposed, and that's all through the two-step funnel that these guys go through.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't have made like, you know, 3.5 grand in like 2 days last week, just like trying to do that without that two-step funnel properly working.
Yeah. In your opinion, if you had to highlight the three biggest things that make coherent creators valuable and that have helped you, what would you say they are?
Honestly, the Telegram aspect of how the group is actually set up,
Hmm.
where being able to submit things for revisions from yourself and Jack and Nick, like that's really, really useful because everyone's different, and
Hmm.
having the course material is great, and you pick up a lot of skills going through the course material. And that like the course stuff really helped me with my content and building that out, which like is another thing we can talk about. But actually having that place where I can say, this is what I'm working on. I'm gonna send it to you guys. You can go through and like I know you watched my 30-minute VSL, you went through my landing pages and you gave me full Loom feedback on each of it, which was great. And it's like, cool, that's my homework now. I just got to go through and make some changes, and then we'll go through the next stage of revisions. We'll
Hmm.
test and we'll see. So I found that super useful. And then obviously the course material is great because I found being through other programs, um, it can be very like because I'm technically like a on paper like a fitness coach, but it's like more lifestyle stuff
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
more holistic. And a lot of stuff online for, I help fitness coaches scale to their next 10K. And it's like,
Hmm.
I didn't fit into that designated bucket of fitness coach. Like I actually
Hmm.
try and position myself as like the anti-fitness influencer fitness coach. So the typical way that I found that other programs were sort of encouraging me to go ahead with like funnels and sales calls and all that sort of stuff, I didn't really resonate with. But the actual Coherent Creators ecosystem of being more about the person running the business, the
Hmm.
more like holistic side of like how do you operate and like the weekly challenges that we have and like all the internal work, which is great because you're like if you do the internal work, you're then the person that's running the business. And if that
Hmm.
person's can I swear? If that person's like fucked up, then
Hmm.
the business is going to be fucked up. So like get that right first,
Yeah,
and then
makes sense.
good stuff will come.
Beautiful, man.
So I found yeah, so that's like two probably like the actual ethos of the the group itself, and then the course material was great. Like that helped me massively with content and unblocks. And sure, there's some bits of AI that we use inside the program, but
Hmm.
it's actually using it for like the not necessarily the thinking, but like the prompting for like how you should be
Hmm.
running your business. I found those first couple of weeks inside the program super useful just to like get everything out, stop feeling
Hmm.
lost. And then um, that's what helped me like really just rip the band-aid off with content. And my biggest thing, like when I jumped in the program, it's like, cool, I've signed up for this. I then need to do something about it. Like the course is just following the course and being inside the calls and being inside the program isn't going to give me the result. I need to actually do stuff. And that's when like I just decided I'm just going to post 5 times a day and just see what happens.
Hmm.
And
I love
rip the
it.
band-aid off, started talking to camera more, did that for like 3 weeks, like 5 times a day. And then stuff starts to happen. You start to talk about stuff that isn't what you would normally talk about, but is what you actually wanted to talk about.
Hmm.
And people start to resonate with that. And you get comments from people that you've never heard of, like strangers who are seeing your content. And you're like, okay, cool. This is actually hitting with a few people. And then you start to refine the ideas and just build on that. And then obviously that's what like had a few things go viral, had a few things that has really resonated with people, and that's built the brand as well as the audience. And then obviously that carries through to clients coming through, build more trust, get good testimonials, and just the ecosystem just sort of starts to feed itself.
Hmm. I love it, man. Amazing. If you had to say something to somebody who's on the fence about joining Coherent Creators, what would you say to them?
Like, why not? If you feel stuck and you know you need help and you feel like it's almost like you feel like you don't belong in a way. It's like
Hmm.
almost like a bit of misfits in a way. Um, like what we've got, like we've got,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, the whole group inside of Coherent Creators all does different little aspects,
yeah, yeah.
but it's not like it's a one size fits all. The system works, and if you feel like you need something where one you're supported, two you've got weekly touch points with office hours calls. Three, you feel like you need a bit more like one-on-one help when it comes to, I'm not sure to do, I'm not sure what to do with like emails. I'm not sure to do with landing pages or
Hmm.
content. You've got people who can help you with that inside of the program. And like just give it a go. Like I was unsure because I was currently in 2 other mentorships and I decided to join Coherent Creators.
Hmm.
I've since like canceled the other ones and this like I don't have any. I don't know. It's like a lifelong thing. I don't think I'm leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't. There's no like end date. Yeah, sure. You might join it. It's like a 3 month program. I'm not even sure what it is anymore. But
Hmm.
in my mind, it's just like, oh no, this is just like my core group now.
Hmm.
Like I get support. I get help. I got weekly calls, and the ecosystem of people is just like next level.
I love it, man. Sweet. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for hanging out. If you're currently watching this video and you're curious about learning more about Coherent Creators, message myself on Instagram at Bueno no Bueno. No, that's not it. It's at Bueno Builds. I changed it. My bad. Leading you astray. At Bueno Builds. And I'll give you more information. But thank you so much for watching. Talk soon. Peace.